Yes.
So the main event, everybody, is something I've been excited about for about a year. Is the new and improved video library. Dave, you should have saw Dave on Friday, like showing me some of the features. He was like a kid in the candy store. Let's get into it, Corey.
Yeah. So if I go to our Sibme account, we have an account video library. So the account video library in Sibme has three main spaces where you would engage in professional learning. The workspace is for your own private self-reflection. These are videos that you record or you upload, and you do your own private reflection here. It's that safe space where nobody else can see these videos or see your own personal thoughts around those videos, but that's where you go to do some deep reflection. Huddles are the places where you collaborate with others, either a coach that you're working with one-on-one or a group of peers and others in your organization or throughout your organization. So campus to campus or within the same campus. Huddles is that place where you begin to share video, observe models, have conversations around not just video artifacts, but other artifacts around learning, such as students' work samples, lesson plans, any type of artifact you'd like to share. You can share those in huddles as well as your workspace. And then the library is an account-wide space. So everybody who's in your account can have access to your account video library. And in the past, this has been kind of a one-way transmission where this is where I go to watch videos. I can view only. There's no commenting. There's nothing else within here. I had kind of a limited way to organize this content. So we have kind of blown all of those things out of the water, Brian, and we now have much more ways that you can organize your content by subjects and subtopics, or categories and subcategories that you can create for your content. This allows that content to then be filtered through those different subjects and topics. Additionally, we have streamlined the way that you can add content for those who have permissions to manage the account video library. The things that are in here, they're going to have a more streamlined way to upload videos to this space, as well as they can now share videos from a workspace or a huddle space directly to the library in a much simpler fashion. So that's pretty exciting. Not only that, though, a lot of times I would have videos here in my video library that I wanted to share to a specific huddle, to the PLC that I was facilitating. So that is something that you can do now just by clicking the share button in the video library. You can share it into one of those spaces in your account. So you can have some more specific small group focused conversation around that video and those attached artifacts. So, Brian, do you want to talk about any of these updates that we've talked about so far?
No, this is great. Adding a little bit more organization to it, I think we want to get into the cinema mode, or what's it? This is we want to where we're going to be able to have a bigger picture of what we're looking at. We're going to be able to have some more discussion inside these do we want to get into that?
Yes. So I'm going to show you that now. So when you go into a video, you'll notice a few pretty exciting big changes. So the first one that you're going to notice, and Brian just mentioned this, is we do have a cinema mode. So if you are sharing an exemplar or non-exemplar video from your video library during a PD session or a small group PLC, or you're wanting to share it on your screen during your virtual professional learning session, you can pop it into cinema mode, which gives you this wider screen of availability. And you can still see some of the additional things that are included within that. So this cinema mode, I think, is going to be really great, especially because a lot of times we are using our video library. The video library works in a couple of ways. It's this place where, as an individual in the account, I can go here to find some exemplars, some resources for things that I'm looking for. It's that place for me to go self-discover. Or I might have been sent there by somebody who's supporting me and saying, hey, if you're wanting to try that, go check out this one video. But it's also the place where, as a facilitator of adult learning, I can come in here and I can use this space to share that to a group of individuals or within an individual, and we can kind of watch it here in this mode. So this is pretty exciting. One other thing that I am most excited about, oh, but I just went out of my space that I was in, so let me go back into that. So in the past, you haven't been able to have any commenting features in the video library. This was, again, a view-only space. And now you are able to have commenting happen directly in your library. So if you'll see, we're in the video library, and now I can comment on these videos. And the commenting can happen. You have three options when it comes to comments in your video library. The first option is you can have them off. So nobody is able to comment on the library. It looks just like it did in the past. You still have your attachments. We also have transcribing. I just added this video, so the transcribing's not done yet, but transcription is a new feature. So you'll have that closed captioning feature, that transcription, where you can go in and edit anywhere that the AI might have, misheard something that you said. So you can go change those things, but you're going to have that transcription in here as well. But I can have the commenting off. On the other side, I can have it on for everybody. So that's what we have on in this account. So you can see that I uploaded this video and I went in and I added some points, some moments, some time range comments. So notice from 1 minute, 54 seconds to 3 minutes and 5 seconds, where Mr. Hoffman is making connections to the text, to something, activating that prior knowledge and asking a teacher how they might do this with the book they've chosen for their guided reading lesson. So I'm guiding the noticing for the viewer in this library, and it makes it a much more robust exemplar or non-exemplar space. And they can reply here. So if I've got that turned on all the way, we can begin to have these conversations captured here in the video library space. And then the third option is kind of in the middle, where I may not want to have this open for everybody because we've got a large audience and that can kind of clutter up the space, but I still want that guided noticing to happen. So as my viewers go and watch these videos that we've curated in our library, they're going to, if they need that support to notice how specific things are happening, it's going to still be there. So I can turn this on for just the people who have the permissions to add videos and manage the library. They're the only ones who can make comments. So as a user, I won't see this new comment or this reply option. It'll just be here for me to be able to view. So I love these. I also love if I turn on this auto scroll feature and do this by timestamp, I can turn on that autoplay, which we have in our Huddle accounts, and this will play the video back just at those moments where there is a timestamp, and it will just kind of throw me like what I call the highlight reel. So I love autoplay for that as well. Brian, what are you thinking about some of these updates here?
Well, people have been asking for transcriptions for forever. Now we have them. So I think this is just a lot more. This is just a lot more thoughtful video library. It's going to make a lot of customers have been really, ready to enhance this space. Now the road is paved for you to do your really thoughtful video library. I'm really excited about this. So and I like that we also are still able to have discussions around a block of time. Because obviously that's a Huddle feature, but I think I can see some of these best practice videos that's going to be really important for discussion. So taking them directly to a group of anyways a snippet of a video. So anyways, great work, Corey. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, great work to our development team who's been working really hard on this. I mean, we've been talking about making these updates for a long time, and it's one of those things that was kind of, been on the roadmap, but it was not a priority at the time, and we finally had this space to do this. I'm super excited about it. This is not the only update coming this summer, so hold on to your seats, because in July we're going to have some pretty amazing updates around the way that we can structure and support the learning path of individuals within the account, and they can support themselves in their own kind of goal setting feature. But I really am excited about this because, again, I do think a model, if I'm just watching a video, I may not know exactly why this is a model video. And so especially if my mental model is really early in that learning space, maybe I'm still really struggling with scaffolding, just watching a model of scaffolding doesn't really help me because I don't know where to focus and where to tune into. So the ability to be able to take specific moments or a sequence of events with that time range comment and highlight those for the people who are viewing that in the video library, I think amplifies the ability for them to be more autonomous in their learning, that they can be more independent with that learning. I just think it's going to be really robust. So if you haven't yet started using, if you're a Sibme user and you're not yet using your account video library, don't fret. Most people don't use it in the first year or two. It's usually a year 2 or year 3 thing because you're just getting started with using video at the individual level. You haven't yet moved to having a collection that you can pull from. So if you're coming into your 2nd or 3rd year or beyond, and you're excited to start using this, let us know. If you're wondering what are some of the best practices around creating a professional learning library in your account, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you figure that out. Everything from how long should your videos be, to how should you organize them, to what are other ways. It doesn't always have to be classroom examples. What are other ways you can use this space to support? So you could create a whole category and subcategory for onboarding new professionals into your organization. So the video library is really a really great place to check it out. A couple comments in the chat. Denise from Impact Learning and Leading says this looks awesome. Kathleen says new things to explore. I really do think this is going to be a much more usable space. So, all right.